Hello and welcome to the channel. Labour Party Peter Obi has requested that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) releases its ICT officials for interrogation at the Presidential Tribunal. Your guess is as good as mine as to what INEC's response was. Details in a bit. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Peter Obi seeks Presidential Election Court's approval to interrogate INEC ICT officials. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, on Thursday urged the Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja to order the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to make its ICT officials available for interrogation by its team of lawyers and experts. Mr. Obi seeks to interrogate INEC's ICT officials regarding the use of the internet in the conduct of the 25th February presidential election. Mr. Obi is challenging the emergence of President Bola Tinubu as winner of the poll. He is alleging manipulation of the electoral process by INEC in favor of Mr. Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC). He alleged fraud and non-compliance with statutory provisions. Earlier on Thursday, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, who is similarly challenging Mr. Tinubu's victory in the election, got two of INEC's ad hoc electoral officers to testify for him in court. When it was turn of Mr. Obi's case at the court on Thursday, his lawyer, Patrick Ikweto, sought to know the quality of the ICT experts and professionals who superintended the presidential election. In two requests, Mr. Ikweto urged the court to order the Electoral Commission to supply him with the names and other details of its ICT professionals that deployed electronic devices for the conduct of the election. Mr. Ikweto formulated 12 questions to be forwarded to INEC. According to Mr. Obi's legal team, if the court grants their request, it would enable them to ask relevant questions and elicit responses that would aid their suit. But INEC's lawyer, Kemi Pinheiro, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, opposed Mr. Obi's applications to subject electoral officials to interrogation. Mr. Pinheiro argued that the requests were incompetent. He contended that Mr. Obi's request ought to have come during the court's pre-hearing session. The court had held its pre-hearing sessions for 2 weeks when it streamlined the procedures for the trial of the substantive petition. Mr. Pinheiro further contended that the court lacked the jurisdiction to grant Mr. Obi's applications. Mr. Tinubu's lawyer, Akin Olujinmi, and APC counterpart, Lateef Fagbemi, both sons, aligned with INEC in opposing Mr. Obi's requests. The lawyers argued that the applications were incompetent, urging the court to dismiss them. After taking the lawyers' argument, the 5-member panel of the court led by Arunat Samani reserved ruling on the requests. Meanwhile, the court adjourned further hearing of the suit until Friday. Meanwhile, the Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja on Wednesday admitted the final presidential election results as exhibits in Peter Obi's suit seeking to overturn President Bola Tinubu's victory. Mr. Obi, who was the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, is praying to the court to nullify the victory of Mr. Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC) as Nigeria's president. Mr. Tinubu won the 25th February presidential poll after defeating his closest challenger, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, and Mr. Obi, who came third in the keenly contested election. The chairman of the Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, a professor, on 1st March declared Mr. Tinubu the winner of the election. Mr. Tinubu's declaration as president-elect would set the stage for a legal battle to void or affirm the president's victory. Mr. Obi alleges electoral fraud and breach of the Constitution and electoral laws against the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and Mr. Tinubu during the polls. At the resumed hearing of Mr. Obi's petition on Wednesday, The five-member panel of the court, led by Haruna Tsamani, the Labour Party candidate, tendered the collated final presidential election results relied upon by INEC in declaring Mr. Tinubu winner of the polls. Mr. Obi's lawyer, Paul Ananaba, a professor and son, tendered the documents before the court on Wednesday. The court admitted the results without opposition from the respondents, who have consistently objected to the admissibility of election results and other electoral documents used in the conduct of the election from the states of Nigeria. Meanwhile, the immediate past Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has hailed the shifting of the Labour Party LP, Amobi Hoga, for his commendation of President Bola Tinubu. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Oga, the House of Representatives member-elect for Isukwato, Umunyoshi Federal Constituency, hailed the President for convening a meeting with the Senators-elect and House of Representatives members-elect of the 10th National Assembly. Speaking after the meeting was held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja on Thursday, Oga expressed delight at meeting the President ahead of the June 13 inauguration of the National Assembly. The Labour Party LP member said he is so happy to see the President talking and exchanging pleasantries with the incoming lawmakers at the meeting. Oga added that he never knew that the President is so intelligent and prepared to serve the country, stressing that he saw the love and affection Tinubu has for Nigeria. Reacting in a tweet via his verified Twitter handle on Friday morning, Keyamo said the statement by the LP member-elect has shown that politics is over and serious governance has begun. The former minister added that the country is now one and the people are now united following the conclusion of the 2023 elections. He wrote, "Politics is over and serious governance begins. It is now one nation and one people." The Labour Party House of Representatives member from Abia State just displayed that spirit. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.